All right, welcoming you to our chair yoga for the care of Waldenstroms. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to focus on building strength and steadiness in our yoga practice. So not only strength in the muscles and the bones, but also the mind. I want to also give you a little disclaimer before we head into this class that, I don't necessarily think that we have to be strong all the time. And there are times when I want to assure you and support you in your decision to feel or be fragile and vulnerable, and to cultivate a balance between steadiness and ease through our practice. So we do know a lot about how beneficial having muscles is for our bodies, right? Our muscle mass. We want to have this muscle mass because it is crucial for a variety of reasons: metabolic health, physical function, bone health, cardiovascular health, cognitive function, believe it or not, immune function, emotional well-being, and overall longevity. So it's really important that we keep our muscle strength, and that can also help with some of the things you're looking for today, right? Fall prevention. So we want to maintain that muscle and bone strength for that reason as well. So today we're going to move through a gentle sequence that will invite strength into the muscles, bones, and mind. Does that sound good? All right. Let's get started just by finding a nice, comfortable seat away from the back of the chair or wherever you're sitting, if possible. And we're going to plant the feet on the earth. Find your tall spine. Maybe rinse the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Just begin to arrive. And then letting the arms rest for a moment. If you like, you could close the eyes and just take part in a short centering exercise with me. So let's leave behind all the moments that led to this one and come into this moment together with this breath. We're breathing in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Breathing in, I'm arriving exactly in whatever state of being I'm in. And it's fine to be a mess. It's okay to be fragile. And today, perhaps I want to cultivate some strength by repeating an intention such as I am brave, I am strong. Repeating an intention internally to create a little strength and structure in the mind. I am steady. So feeling your breath moving in the front of the body, the back of the body, the sides of the body, breathing into the whole body. I am whole. I am strong. Taking a couple more breaths like this. We're going to weave this intention into the whole class. So if you didn't find one now, maybe one will come later. Okay, so let's just blink the eyes open. Here we are. I'm taking a peek into all the thumbnail screens and seeing folks joining us from all over the world. All over the world. So I'm going to go around the world with my neck circle here. And invite a little bit of gentle movement into the head and neck. You could keep the eyes closed if that would feel more grounding for you. And sometimes, for me anyway, strength is not about, stoicism, but more about resilience. Like staying present to what is. Very good. When you're ready, come back to center, and we'll do a couple just quick arm movements to kind of get the blood flowing. So lifting the arms up as far as feels good. It could be just a little ways, a little flutter, and back down. Breathing in, breathing out. You got it. Inhale. Exhale. So noticing how that feels maybe in your shoulders and your fingertips. Keeping those feet planted. Going at whatever pace feels right to you. I'm here, I'm present. Moving and breathing. It's not rocket science, but it just feels so good to combine the breath with movement. Maybe one more lift. Got it. Release down. And then I'm going to interlace my fingers behind the base of my skull, if that would feel okay for me. And I'm just going to push my head back into my hands a little bit and feel those muscles in my neck working. Take a breath in and then exhale, release. Maybe you want to breathe in here. And as you exhale, push back into your hands, turn on those butt muscles. Breathing in, releasing. Breathing out, pushing. And you can do one more if that would feel okay. Right, and then release the arms down. And if you didn't want to, I probably should have given this beforehand, you could have just done a few little chin tucks, right? So I'm turning on those muscles in the front of the neck to push my head back. And very often with my, with those of us with neck issues, it's not all about stretching. That actually strengthening those muscles can help relieve that tension. Right? So I might just tilt my head from side to side. And if you wanted to, you could do more neck strengthening by placing the hands on either the front of the head or the sides of the head and pushing into those areas. So you've got a lot of options. You could do the back, you could do the front, you could do the sides, or you could just keep with the mobility or the chin tucks, right? So I'm just attending to my neck and my head in whatever way feels best for me, knowing that everybody is different here. And I also really like just to tuck my chin and put a little gentle pressure to open up the back of the neck. All right. And then when you're ready, releasing there. Let's touch the fingertips onto the shoulders. Touching the fingertips onto the shoulders. I'm going to open my arms out and then bring my fingertips back to the shoulders. So feeling that strength in my biceps. I'm breathing in. Breathing out is just about bringing some gentle movement into these joints to start. So I want to start with a little bit of fluidity, a little warm up, and then I'm going to add a little bit of more muscular contraction here. So maybe the next time you do this, you could feel those muscles working and kind of keep those fists lifted like you're making a muscle, and see if you can contract the bicep muscles, feel that strength in the arms, and then release the arms out to the sides. Exhale, make a muscle with both arms, like you're making a bicep muscle here, contracting. We do a couple more of those, right? So just, it's kind of like that little moment when you ask a kid to show you how strong they are, and they do this. They're like, look how strong I am. You might do one more. It's great, Marty, beautiful. And then I'm going to go ahead and just open the arms out behind me, stretch the fingertips, lift the chest, give myself a big hug. Tuck the chin down. Inhale, open, lift the heart, arms wide. Gentle rounding and gentle arching of the back with this hug and then with this opening. So I might want to change which arm is on top when I come in for that hug. Just do a couple more at my own pace. Got it, Mike. And this next time, I'm gonna just take a big breath, exhale, give myself a hug, tuck my chin, plant the seed of my intention, whatever it may be. I am strong. I am resilient. I am brave. And then I can release from there. All right. So let's take the hands up. So I've got my arms lifted, elbows bent, and I've got my hands, my palms facing forward. And I'm just going to start to flick my fingertips across my palms like I'm flicking water off the ends of my fingertips. I'm going to start slow. So this is sort of about hand mobility, hand strength. And then I'm going to get faster without losing the control, or I'm just going to do whatever feels possible, right? As fast as you possibly can go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms down by the sides. Let them hang. Let them be heavy. Tilt the head from side to side. Feel that vitality in the palms and the hands. And then we're coming back up to center with the head and back up, arms out to the sides, palms facing forward. And this time I'm going to swish my wrists in a circular motion, like I'm conducting an orchestra. Nice and slow and fluid, and I might get a little faster. And maybe I'm wishing something to be gone, like be gone, anxiety. Get on out of here. And I'm going as fast as I possibly can go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms down. Do you feel that strength? Do you feel that vitality? And I might do a couple of just wrist circles here with my fists in the air. And then shaking that out. And maybe taking a sip of water or whatever you've got going today. I've got a little cup of echinacea and fennel tea. So a little immune system, digestive health bevy. Coming back to the seat, sitting away from the back of the chair with a wider stance. A little bit of a wider stance. Bringing some fluidity into the spine with some torso circles. Leaning and careening with those sit bones anchoring. And maybe you can notice the pelvis tipping forward, tipping back. Let it be loose. Let it be easy. Maybe you come back the other direction, breathing in, breathing out. Meeting me back at center. Lifting the right arm up, reaching to the left, exposing the right side body. Big breath into that. That's good. And maybe you tap the fingertips onto the shoulder. Beautiful. Come back to center. Inhale, left arm lift up and over, reaching to the right. Expose the left side body. Big breath in. Breath out. And we'll just do one more on each side. So really need to air out the old creaky accordion bellows that is my side body. Very good. And then I'll come back to my goddess stance here with my arms out to the sides like a cactus, nice wide stance. And I'm just going to turn my torso to the right. Breathe in center. Turn my torso to the left. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Meet me back at center. Give yourself a hug. Come up onto the tiptoes. Come up onto the heels, lift the toes. Rocking the feet, tiptoe, heels, tiptoes, and heels. And one more. And then we're just walking the feet back to center. And let's go ahead and scoot to the very back of the chair. I'm lifting both legs up and I'm pressing them together like a mermaid's tail. The strongest mermaid's tail, zipping the legs together, zipping the core. And I'm just resting my hands on my thighs, my quads, which are doing all this work right now. Feeling the muscle there and just breathing, zipping up the core. And then relaxing the legs down, massaging the tops of the leg. Scoot forward an inch or two. This is optional. You can always stay at the back of the chair. Now I'm going to try lifting my legs. Mermaid's tail. And maybe I keep my hands on my thighs or chair, or I could bring my arms straight out in front. I am strong. I am brave. Just planting your intention here with 3 breaths. You got it. One more breath. And then relax down. That's a lot of work, right? Massage the tops of those legs. You could stay right where you were, or you might want to scoot forward to the very edge of your ability here so you're not going to fall, right? I want to test out whether I can lift my legs up, and I might need to scoot back a little bit. So finding that edge, lifting the legs up. The arms could reach straight out or hold onto the chair. Zip it all up. Take 3 breaths here. Feel that strength, and we are stronger together. So doing this together is giving me strength. You got it. And then release and massage the tops of those thighs. Okay. I'm just going to do a little foot pump here. So stretching that right foot out. Heel on the earth. See if you can get the toe to place down on the earth, and then peel the toe up and back. So I'm getting a really nice stretch for my calf, my shin, my ankle, my toes. Doing a few more, and then when you're ready, switching sides. Left heel on the earth, pointing and flexing. Pointing and flexing. All right, and then we'll release the legs back. So I've got about hip distance apart, and I'm going to bring my heels back just a little bit. I'm leaning forward, nose over knees, and I'm going to begin to mindfully transition. I'm going to do a few sit to stands, right? If this is in my practice today, and if I'm going to stay seated, that's fine. Actually, you know what? I just remembered something. Oh, yes. Stop where you are. If you're standing, please sit down for just a moment. These are our glute pulses, right? We haven't done these in a while, otherwise known as butt clenches. And they're so useful for before you stand up to kind of get the mind in the mass of muscle that will be useful. So I'm just going to squeeze my glutes, and I might even lift up a little higher in my chair as I do so, and then release. Squeeze. Release. Can you breathe in? As you exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. And exhale, squeeze. All right, so doing about 5 of those before you stand. And if you're not standing today, you can continue doing the glute pulses. When you're ready to do the sit to stand, you can lean forward, come up a little bit, come right back down. Right? If you have knee issues, maybe you want to skip this. Right? If it puts too much pressure on the knees, think about the glutes, think about the core. Practice getting up and sitting down. Use this transition for your strength. Strengthening practice. Build strength here. Right? And Maybe doing 10 in a row is a great practice. It's a good number to shoot for. And if it feels like too much, you can do 3 or 1 or 0. Got it. Beautiful, Lois. Coming to stand if it's in your practice today. And finding a way to stand that feels good to you with some support nearby. Really nice, Marty. We can't stop her. She just keeps sitting into stand. She's a beast. A strong, strong woman over there. Okay, so I'm coming to stand today if it's in my practice, and if not, that's okay. I'm going to work with my feet for a moment. So push the big toes down into the earth. See if you can lift the little toes. We want strong feet for balance. See if you can press the little toes into the earth and lift the big toes. It's almost like weightlifting. It's so challenging for some of us, including me. And I'm just going to go back and forth between which toes I'm lifting, giving myself a healthy dose of non-judgmental attitude, right? And then when I'm ready, I'll come to just stand, bending one knee at a time. So I'm shifting my weight from side to side and maybe giving my toes a little massage. Ooh, that feels good. So this is an option as well, instead of doing the tiptoe floats we're about to do. So you could just go from side to side like this, massaging the feet, right? Or maybe you're ready to come up onto your tiptoes and float your way back down. Find a place to gaze that's maybe a farther away, not the screen. And if you're not practicing this right now, that's okay. You can visualize it in your mind's eye. Floating up, floating down. Maybe it's just one arm. You switch which arm is lifting. You got it, Jane. Beautiful. Can I do 3 more of these? Feeling that strength in my calves, in my feet. 2 more. You got it, Carol. So beautiful. And then I'm going to sink down into my knees, shift my hips back, tip my belly towards my spine, isometrically push my feet apart without my knees crumbling out or in, just gazing straight ahead and feeling that strength in my glutes and my low back and my legs. Big breath in, keeping the chin tucked, the heart lifted. 1 more breath. Oh yeah, and then we're coming out of it. And I'm just going to walk it out here and try to kick one heel towards the butt at a time. So I'm stretching the front of the legs, kicking my heel towards my butt. And then I'll come back down into my chair pose. So sinking down into my knees, maybe just a little bit, bringing my hips back like I have a tail that I'm lifting. Belly in towards the spine, integrate the core. Isometrically push the feet apart. Option to lift both arms straight out, palms facing each other. Plug the arms back into the shoulder sockets. Tuck the chin. I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee. You guys stay here. Hold. I'll be right back. Just kidding. That's a joke. Big breath in and then release. Walk it out. Very nice chair pose. And that is a very good strengthening pose you can practice for better strength in the glutes and the legs and in the core as well. All right, who's ready for a little warrior 1 action? Warrior, we've got warrior 1 in the house. All right, so you know your warrior 1s by now. We're stepping the right foot forward and the left foot back at a little bit of an angle. The hips are kind of sort of facing forward without stressing things, and you're going to sink into your right knee. The torso stays upright. I'm going to squeeze my left glute, which I've really been warming up by now with all of these different things we've been doing, and feel this strength in both legs. You could keep the hands on the chair, right? Or you might want to take the hands to heart center. Or you might want to bring the arms overhead, whatever feels good to you. I'm taking aim, maybe at my higher purpose here, and that is something that gives me strength. What gets me out of bed in the morning. See if you can find one more breath. Very good. Release the arms down. We'll do our counter pose of pyramid. So we've shortened the stance. Both legs are straight. See if you can lift the kneecaps up. So whenever I'm doing a stretch, I want to contract the opposite muscle. And that makes it an active stretch and also produces a little bit of strengthening. So I've got my kneecaps lifted, the legs are engaged, and I'm leaning forward into my stretch. Maybe you're already there. The hands could be on the hips, or maybe opposite arm behind the back, or maybe you want to use the chair, holding onto the chair. And for this one, we can push the feet apart isometrically. See how that changes things. Pull the belly towards the spine. You got it, Sharon. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, come on up and we'll switch it up. Actually, before we switch it up, let's go to Warrior 3. So Warrior 3, I'm going to be placing the weight in my right foot. Got my hands on my chair. And I'm going to lift the left leg up and lean forward. It doesn't have to be as far as I possibly can go. Sometimes being strong means that I'm not going to use up all of my energy. Right, so I've lifted my left leg up, my belly's towards my core, my spine. Big breath in. And then relax and release. We'll step back to downward facing dog. If you have vertigo or glaucoma, you can keep the head lifted. But I've got both feet back. Created this space in my spine. I'm wagging my imaginary tail, just so I know that I don't take myself too seriously. And I will tell you, we had a really fun staff meeting this morning where our new CEO brought her new puppy to our meeting. It was really sweet. Come on up. I'm going to step my left foot forward, bring my right foot back at an angle. Sink into my left knee for Warrior 1 on the second side. Where am I squeezing? Squeezing my right glute. Where can I find ease? Right, maybe it's in my breath. I can let my shoulders relax a little bit. Whatever feels good in the arms. You got it, Greg. Sinking into that left knee. Squeeze the right glute. 2 more breaths, Edith. You've got it. Maybe you want to sigh it out the mouth. I am strong. And then releasing the arms down. We'll do our counter pose of pyramid. So shorten your stance, both legs straight and strong, kneecaps lifted. So I'm engaging the front of the legs. So as I fold forward, I'm actively stretching the back of my legs, mostly the left leg. Pull that belly towards the spine and lead with the heart, not the chin. So I tend to jut my chin here, and I want to avoid placing that unnecessary pressure on my neck. Beautiful, Carol. Come on up nice and slow. And then we'll go ahead and begin to put the weight into that left foot. Pick up the right leg, lean forward. Maybe you do a few little dynamic donkey kicks here. I want to keep my pelvis fairly level, right? So I'm not necessarily stacking the hips. That would be more of a half moon pose. I'm coming into my warrior three and, doing whatever feels good with the arms. Pulling my belly up towards my spine. You got it, Celia. She remembers warrior three for sure. Your body remembers. Big breath in and then release. Walk it out. Sashay it out. Take a sip of water. Dance it out. Maybe you want to do some hip circles with me. This wide stance. Circling the hips. All right, so we've done warrior one and warrior three. What about warrior two? I think we should do warrior two. So I'm gonna come to stand at the back of my chair, so I'll be able to hold on to my chair. My chair's right in front of me. I'm gonna take a nice wide stance with my legs. Let's start by turning the right toes to the right and angle that left foot in, bending into the right knee. That right knee can be right over the right ankle. We're not crumbling in. My hips are still pointed towards you, if you notice. So this is the difference where the hips are faced. Squeeze the muscles along the bones. Put that extra pressure on your bones to create new bone. And then when you're ready, spread your wings, lift the arms. Maybe one arm stays on the chair. And I'm turning my gaze over that right hand, gazing out at my intention. I am strong, I am brave, I am resilient. I take it one day at a time. Easy breaths. Ease into the shoulders. Really nice, guys. One more breath and then release. Yeah, that's very nice, Marnie. Adding a little reverse warrior. So now I've got all 10 toes pointed towards you with a wide stance. I'll take a couple more little hip circles between sides, kind of rinse the spine a bit. And then we'll turn the left toes to the left. Angle the right foot in a bit, keeping the hips towards you, the heart towards you. Bending into that left knee. Right, turn the torso towards me. And then when you're ready, lift the arms about shoulder height or whatever feels possible for you. Maybe it's one arm. Turning the gaze over that left hand out into infinity. What message do you want to send your future self from your present self? And reminding from the reminder from your past self at how far you have come to get to this moment. Finding your breath. And when you're ready, releasing out of it. Maybe you want to take a wide-legged forward fold, right? So legs are wide and I'm just leaning over, placing my hands on the seat of my chair rather than the back of them. So I got a little more range there. Maybe I can let my head hang if that would feel good. Keeping that strength in the legs, right? We're stretching the backs of the legs and keeping this an active stretch by contracting the front of the legs muscles. And when you're ready, come on up. Nice and slow. Take a moment, take a seat. Maybe you want to take a slow elevator ride down, right? With that tail lifted. with the feet isometrically pushing apart. Little by little, coming down, 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 skipping this if you have knee issues or if you're feeling depleted. So we want that muscle mass to help us deal with life, basically, right? Okay, coming to sit. And when you're ready, let's warm down with our hips and twists stretches. So I'll take my right ankle over my left knee. And I might already be feeling quite a bit of sensation. Could stay there, or I could lean forward a tad. Soften my shoulders. My right foot is flexed, not pointed. Finding my breath, couple more breaths. And then we can sit up tall, cross the knee over. Getting ready to twist to the right with a tall spine. Maybe it's just a little twist today using the core muscles. Twisting to the right. Where can I soften? Relaxing back to center. Taking that left ankle over the right knee. Maybe this is enough sensation. Maybe I want to lean forward a little bit. And maybe I can let my shoulders relax down away from my ears. Maybe I can gaze down at the earth and take a couple of breaths. Very good. Come on up. Cross that knee over, twisting to the left, incrementally, right? Breath by breath. Maybe we should rephrase the statement, one breath at a time instead of one day at a time. And when you're ready, come on back. Take a big stretch through the arms, stretch through the legs. Any other movements the body's asking for, maybe another hug. Maybe anywhere on the body you would like a little massage, a little tapping. Yeah, that feels good. A little butterfly hug. So many of you just automatically did this. That was interesting. So a lot of you resting your hands with the thumbs interlocked on the chest and just kind of tapping side to side. Bilateral stimulation, kind of easing, but it's also a mudra called Garuda mudra, which coincidentally is associated with a fierceness. I'm protecting myself and I have this fierce courage in doing so, this fierce strength in doing so. I am brave in this mudra. So you could keep the hands here if this feels good and close the eyes. And we'll close our practice with a little bit of bees breath, finding that humming sound and sending that sound to any part in your body, mind, or spirit that needs a little bit of TLC. For 2 more breaths. And one last time, can you plant the seed of intention, not only into the mind's eye, but into the heart space, into the whole of the body, mind, and spirit? And maybe make a vow to yourself to use this intention throughout the week, if you find it helpful. Okay, so let's close our session, friends, with the hands at heart center if it's in your practice. And taking a moment to recognize that we are in this amazing community of folks from all over the world. Feeling those tendrils going out. Tendrils of care, compassion, kindness, strength. Allowing ourselves to relax into this interconnectedness, this foundation, this fabric. And we'll close our session with the sound of 1 Om and 3 Shantis for peace. Breathing in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And thanking you so much for your practice today, friends. Namaste.